Alright everybody,
Hello.
this is Raven and we're back with Dalmont and we're going to build a ship today, and I believe we're building a fighter class, correct?
That is correct. Something roughly about 50 meters long. Might go up to 70, might go less. Just kind of depends on the day, how we feel. I usually build organically, so it's completely undecided what this thing is going to look like. Always is. So we're about to go on a brief adventure.
Alright, we'll let the adventure begin. If I could talk, that would help. You know,
Oh, it always does.
I'm supposed to be some sort of commentator, I guess, but I don't know. I don't listen to people. Alright. So we've got a core. This is a
Oh
beautiful
yes.
looking core. So much detail.
So great. So detail.
Oh yeah. Alright, so I'm
Generally, the
assuming...
first thing I do is I start with the core room.
Okay.
Traditional SFW black and white. And
Okay.
I'll put the systems in as needed because I don't know what the ship's gonna look like yet. So, why bother putting the BB computer in and ruining my symmetry? It's
Right,
terrible.
right. So what axes of symmetry are you using right now?
Currently, I'm using all of them right on
Okay,
the
so
core.
we've got all axes, I guess would be the correct
Yep.
way of saying that, on the core. So that's good to know. Alright, so we got a cool little core room going on.
Neat trick to save time. You can actually, with all the axes of symmetry on, you can actually use the same corner to do all four corners of a square shape.
Yeah, alright, so you guys can see that kinda. I'm trying to stay out of your way too. But yeah, alright. So we've got, and there goes the power. I'm going to try to not have the sun, or that star, glaring directly into the screen, because that's not fun. Alright. And there it goes. That's closed up. So we've got a closed little box here now.
Just trying to
There's
keep in
no
mind
power going.
for today that we're building a fighter, so
Right.
I'm trying to keep it small. It's difficult for me to keep it small sometimes, but I'm keeping it small today. At least as small as I can keep it.
Okay, so we got the power going in. And then it looks like some shield blocks. Oh man, just tell me if I get in your way, because if I get in your way, I'll
Oh, you're
move.
okay.
Yeah. Alright, so we got some shield blocks going on, and there you go. Alright. So do you I mean, I understand you build organically, and I know I do too, and a lot of us do. But do you tend to kind of start building and then you get like a basic idea of a shape, or do you already have kind of a basic idea of a shape in, or?
Not even, not even close. I don't think about the shape before it comes together. It's right now all I'm thinking is it's going to have a pointy front bit.
Okay, so pointy
I know
front bit,
that.
go!
Yep. I know that may seem a little bit almost insane, but it's the truth.
Well, you know, and that's fair, and that's kind of why we're doing this whole series, is so other people can kind of get an idea of, all right, so how to some of these builders that have some really interesting styles go about making their ships, and that was the whole reason that I wanted to see if anybody would be interested, and I'm glad you decided, hey, yeah, okay, I'll do that. So
Oh
thank
yeah.
you for coming along on this crazy ride and
No
being
worries.
the test case. The mental patient test case. Oh wait, no, I didn't say that.
Mental case test patient. Oh
Well,
no.
I I don't do English. I may be American, but I don't do English. Um, and that I think will become wildly apparent pretty soon. All right, so all right, just because I gotta
Just
say,
because.
it to me right now is looking like a Sith infiltrator, and I really like it.
Ooh, it does a bit.
Oh, I'm a Star Wars nerd. I can't lie.
Oh, you're fine.
I think most people that play StarMade are gonna be that kind, so I'm really not like afraid of saying I'm a Star Wars nerd, but at the same time. Alright, so we've got ice crystals. We've already got some factors that could be used in detailing. Okay, so you really okay, so are you thinking that's where the engines are gonna be then?
Yep.
Okay. So what would what is your rule for ice crystals versus lava? Just whatever looks better, or?
Depends on the day, and depends on the ship too. Uh, I might actually swap these out with lava. In fact, that was one of the things I was thinking. Usually, intakes ice, engines lava, just heat exchange, you know.
Okay.
And the thing with warmer colors is they come at you, so it makes the rear of the ship kind of look like it's coming at you, and therefore the rear of the ship looks bigger, even if it's the most kind of small bit. And then the ice, for example, draws the eye back when you put it in, so it actually makes the ship look a little longer, even when it's not.
Okay, so we'll sneak back here again and take a look at this. Okay, yeah, so that does sort of jump out more at you. So that's a good thing to remember for me, especially because my ships aren't that pretty.
I'm trying to think. What did I just lose? I had a block merge happen on me here. Shield. What is shield? No, that wasn't shield. It was. I got power shield. Yeah, you know what? I don't know what I'm missing. I'll figure it out.
You'll notice later.
Yep.
Okay, so just out of curiosity, and I understand it's mostly organic, but and I know that a lot of your builds tend to have these exterior kind of like almost bolted on engines that look, I mean, they look really impressive, but where they're semi-separate from the main body, I guess would be the right way to say it, if that
Yep.
makes sense. And I mean, I suppose I could ask what the influence is behind that, but at the exact same time, a distinct possibility that there isn't one.
It's really kind of. I see a lot of you know, sci-fi ships that have that sort of design, but more or less, it's kind of my trademark, I suppose. I really like the open areas. I like the idea of the wingy bits not just being irrelevant, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, and remember, for anybody that saw the long version with the SFW Libra, wingy bits is a technical term,
Very technical.
and so we've added on a whole bunch of AMCs here. Okay, give it a little bit of firepower. And I'm assuming those are about 10 blocks long. That's what it looks like.
Yep. In fact, they are exactly 10 blocks long.
Well, I saw you place them all at once, so I figured they had to be about 10 blocks long.
Oh, you wait until I build a larger ship. It'll I place a little bit more than 10 sometimes.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, the Aetherius has incredible, just evilness to it, and well, maybe we'll get up to like a small carrier one of these days.
That would be
Actually,
interesting. I'd like to do an escort carrier.
why don't? Well, maybe, and we'll see. And don't necessarily design it with this in mind, but maybe we should do. Mind you, I can't believe. Well, we're spitballing in the middle of whatever.
Yeah, roll it.
I'm thinking maybe we could do a small fleet, a build with fleet. So when
I
you're
like
when
that.
you do your carrier, it'll house these fighters. I kind of like that idea.
I'm always down with that. Yeah, making more ships.
Well, how about this? We'll leave it up to the viewers. So whoever watches this, leave comments, message me, whatever. I don't care. Just tell me what you think. Should we do something like that? Because I think our next build we're probably going to do like the size gradient where next build's a slightly bigger ship and a slightly bigger ship, and so it might be a while till we get to carry it. But I think that could be a cool idea. Just tell us what you think. Anyway, all right. So we've got a bunch of shield blocks, a bunch more engine blocks that have been added. So.
Trying to keep to my general rule of threes here as well.
Yeah, I noticed that. So for anybody that didn't see the other video, could you reiterate kind of what the rule of three is?
Rule of three is the golden rule of architecture. Things that are 3 can be multiplied by 3. Odd numbers, especially multiplied, divided, things of that nature, are typically more pleasing to the human eye than, for example, something that's odd. Or sorry, not odd. Either prime or what do you call it? Even
numbers?
that's the word.
Yeah.
It's 3:39 in the morning at the time of this recording, so don't judge me. But it is definitely more pleasing to the eye to work in odd numbers. Don't ask me
So,
why, but
yeah. Well, I mean, who knows? But it's also a known fact, so just random trivia with Raven, yay! That if given a choice of pick one number, if I tell someone to pick one number between 1 and 4, they're gonna pick 3, 95% of the time. I mean, that's a made up statistic, but at the same
that's,
time, it is
well, I
more
believe
likely.
it.
It is significantly more likely, and that's so. If you ever have a magician say, "Hey, pick one number between 1 and 5," screw with them and pick 4 or something, because that'll throw the trick off. Because it's kind of fun to do that if you're that kind of person, and I am. So, yeah.
And if you aren't that kind of person, shame on you.
Skeptics unite, I guess, or just people that like to mess with other people unite, because that's me. Yeah, alright, so we've got these nice looking engines, and now we're filling in the front here with white in the typical SFW colors.
Oh, that's what I'm missing. White hull wedges. 312, I think.
The fact that you have these memorized, well, that doesn't terrify me that much. I have cores memorized.
No, that's black wedges. White wedges are 319.
Oh, like I said, I've got cores memorized. Does that count for anything? Alright, so basically you're already breaking up these lines here with black and white and having certain parts stick out and all. And you can kind of see, we'll get a good sort of shot here. You can kind of see how there's that, I guess, cross in the center, or plus sign. So everything's sort of partitioned, so it's all broken up. Am I right in saying that?
I think I missed a bit of that. What was that?
I said if you look up at the front, for instance, you've already got that plus sign, if you will, trying to break up everything so it's not just a blob. Am I correct in saying that?
Yep. Not just an amalgamation.
Right. And now you're smoothing out the interior, the inside and the outside of the wings.
Smoothening, of course, also being a technical term.
Of course.
See, I like that. I like it's better. It's better than
Yeah.
terms. Now you'll notice a lot of the detail goes on later. Generally, I want to get the shape down first.
Okay.
Generally.
Right, right. So here we have. All right. So there we go. And are you still using all 3 axes of symmetry?
No. At this point,
Okay.
I'm only using 2.
Okay, and those 2 would be the XY and what, YZ?
Nope, the YZ and the XZ.
Oh, okay. So there we go. And that's and the, what is it? X. Oh, now I'm all sorts of. YZ is the most common. That's the red one, right?
That's correct.
Alright. Yeah.
YZ is your friend. YZ is
Yeah.
everyone's friend.
Yeah, that makes things so much easier. Alright, so there we go. It's really starting to look like a Sith infiltrator, and I'm really, really liking it. The nerdiness in me is just starting to, like, overflow. It's terrifying. So there, we'll get a quick look at the back. So I'm guessing your entrance for this thing will be through the back of the ship?
Oh, you'd think that, but I don't know yet. That was
Fair
the
enough.
original plan, but the original plan never holds up to scrutiny.
Fair enough. Alright. So there we go. See, do you build most of your core rooms pretty much like that, and then just start building off of them, whichever way you want to?
It all depends on the ship and how it's gonna, what it feels like it needs. Once again, going back to the organic thing.
Right. Alright, so here we'll
also, pro tip: use white in your interior spaces.
Oh yeah, because if you don't, it just gets so dark.
Oh, not just that, but it looks so dull.
Yeah.
Because white actually it makes the room look. If you do black corners and white interior, the room looks taller.
Okay, so there's another pro tip right there from Dalmont. Awesome. So black corners, and white interior. I like it. All right.
And for the love of God, keep your lights and stuff symmetrical. Like, rule of threes applies there too. There's always a 3 theme. Even if they can't see it right away, there's always some connection to 3.
All right. So there's a good little tip there. And don't be afraid to shout out at me if you're building somewhere that's interesting and I am nowhere near it. I mean, right now I'm at the rear of the ship, so I see you building. But if you start building on the interior or something, just tell me to go inside. Maybe, I don't know, whatever. Do what you want. Just I want to make sure I see it. And of course, if I do happen to end up being in your way, just tell me to move.
Don't worry about it. You're sorted. Scotch tape.
Well, but hopefully
If
I'm
you
not
want
taped
to
anymore.
fly into this little area that I'm building down here, you can see an interesting little thing I'm about to do. Look
Straight
up at
up.
the ceiling.
Okay, I'm looking
Yep.
at the ceiling. I got it.
Never lose detail. Always, always, always put detail everywhere. If you don't,
Okay.
shame on you. And as you can see in the ceiling, we're going to go ahead and start with some of the corners.
Alright, so we got the little wedges in the corners to make it look a little bit nicer. And then I think we... Alright. And mind you, it's happening on the other side. I'm just showing you one side right now because it works.
That's where we are.
Yeah. Alright, and then where are you now? Okay, so then you added this black stripe here. Okay. And, whoa. Okay, so I'm guessing this is new. Yep. You just built right around me and I didn't notice. Sneaky, sneaky person. Alright, so there we go.